Hey guys. So I'm here to do a full moon in Scorpio reading. This is going to be some really crazy energy with the eclipse, and I mean, the energy is transformative, but it's also very kind of harsh. It exposes the parts of us that we try to hide, and sometimes those are the best parts of ourselves, but it feels a little intrusive. So we're going to see what's going down for you for the full moon. We'll see what kind of challenge you're facing. We'll pull some advice. Remember that all these readings are general. They're for the collective. So if anything doesn't resonate for you, just leave it for someone who needs to hear it. There is no gender in tarot, so keep that in mind if there's any oppositional energies in the spread. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. To book a private personal reading, all the information's in the description below, as well as the pin section of the comments. And I've also shared a friends page there if you want to check that out. Okay, so let's get it started. The energy for Taurus over the phone. Hey! Quit it! My cats are like destroying something. Okay. So the overall energy is risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. So under the full moon, we have a personal issue reaches resolution. And the challenge is nothing is yet set in stone, which can be complicated. The advice is expect powerful change, and as an underall energy, we have step out of your comfort zone. So tell me about risk. Interesting. I feel like it's something that you don't see coming, or an opportunity that you don't see coming that does involve risk, but it is the opportunity to grow as well. So let's look into a personal issue reaches resolution here. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Chariot, and the Devil. Okay. So I feel like this is a very spiritual reading. I feel like you're really one is I feel like you're focusing on a situation where you already invested a lot of energy and sort of trying to see what you couldn't see before. maybe things that were deceptive or something that you feel like you need to pick up on still. And it feels like it's what's needed for closure in this situation, like to completely understand what it is and move forward. Something with it you were like tied to, it was like an obsession or like an addiction or a fear. But I feel like it's more on the other side because it was a primary focus in life. But there's still some answers that you don't have. It feels like in order to close the situation out fully, you just need some of these questions answered. But there is the recognition of it. It's like you're not lying to yourself or something, you know? It's like there is full acceptance that, you know, you were bound to something, and also that you don't have all the answers and that you're kind of still stuck on the situation. Why is nothing is yet set in stone? The challenge. It is interesting, though, that the first card out was Cancer energy and the Chariot is here. So it's like you are moving on from whatever this toxicity in life was. You know, it's something that definitely was not good for you. Okay, so for nothing is yet set in stone, we have the Four of Swords, the Hermit, and the Nine of Wands. I don't know, maybe the challenge is sort of accepting the fact that you will never have all of the answers and being able to still move forward. The Nine of Wands, no matter how traumatizing it was, no matter how painful it was, there's just going to be some things in life where you can't answer. You're just not going to have all the answers. It's like not every person is going to give you closure when they leave. Not every situation is going to feel closed out. Some things stay sore for a really long time, you know? But part of, you know, like the radical acceptance is understanding what you can't change. You know, you can't, I mean, you could make up answers and hope that you're right, you know, and the more intuitive you are, the closer you might be, but at the same time, it'll never be the same as you just being given full answers on things, you know, but there's going to be a lot of situations in life where you have to find closure on your own. And the energy here is sort of like, you know, spending time alone, a bit of time in isolation, self-reflection, looking into the subconscious issues here. Because obviously the devil is a very subconscious issue. For the advice we have, expect powerful change. Let's see what that's about. Because I feel like the challenge is really taking the time to really think on the situation and realize that you actually might have more answers than you think, but that you'll never have all of the answers. That's just divine wisdom, you know. we can only know what we're supposed to know. Sometimes we're protected against knowing things for a very specific reason. We have the Hanged Man, the Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Empress, Two of Cups over here with step out of your comfort zone, 5 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 11 of Pentacles, 12 of Pentacles, 13 of Pentacles, 14 of Pentacles, 15 of Pentacles, 16 of Pentacles, 17 of Pentacles, 18 of Pentacles, 19 of Pentacles, 20 of Pentacles, 21 of Pentacles, 22 of Pentacles, 23 of Pentacles, 24 of Pentacles, 25 of Pentacles, 26 of Pentacles, 27 of Pentacles, 28 of Pentacles, 29 of Pentacles, 30 of Pentacles, 31 of Pentacles, 32 of Pentacles, 33 of Pentacles, 34 of Pentacles, 35 of Pentacles, 36 of Pentacles, 37 of Pentacles, 38 of Pentacles, 39 of Pentacles, 40 of Pentacles, 41 of Pentacles, 42 of Pentacles, 43 of Pentacles, 44 of Pentacles, 45 of The advice is to just think from a different point. I feel like if you start thinking more from this perspective that is mental without the emotional side, and you really are having an honest conversation with yourself, because I feel like that's what this is, you know. You kind of really do have a lot of answers, and that's going to set you forward, you know. But I feel like here you've gotten very kind of comfortable with the isolation and just sitting in deep pondering thought, you know. And at some point you got to kind of come out of that. You know, you have actually gotten comfortable with being in that state, very hermit energy. But I feel like the main challenge is seeing this from all angles. And it's sort of like the full moon is going to sort of bring out all that energy. Like, you know, the things that, again, are hidden kind of get exposed. And this is that time. So, like, something under this is going to change your perspective, where you can think of it from the most logical standpoint. What lesson did you learn? And to me, the lessons learned here were in decision making. That's a big one. And one's own stability. Like an independent type of stability. But, I mean, the end of it all here is transformation. It's moving forward. Things have been painful, you know, and get here. Birth is painful, right? But I feel like you will be able to find like the inner peace. This is like the balance that you've been searching for, you know, because over here you're looking for it. You're just searching for the peace. Like, what part of this, why can I still not let a piece of this go, you know? It's almost like not closing something out because you don't have all the answers, and then sort of intuitively downloading the answers, if that makes sense. And also maybe not knowing that there's a lot of opportunity coming in because you perhaps were kind of like just, you know, this says grow where you were planted. Perhaps you were kind of put into a just crap situation, and everything that's happening for you in life kind of came out of that, you know, from the bottom. You're growing up here, and this is, you know, the Empress is abundant in all aspects of life. It's not just, you know, spiritually. So I feel like this was a transformation that you needed. You're going to start to understand that whatever the situation was, that if you hadn't gone through it, you wouldn't be where you are today or where you're going to be soon. And that's going to help you to release it, because I feel like something here you want to release, you can't understand why you haven't yet, and why you're in hermit mode, you know. But you are definitely going to come out of hermit mode as the Empress, so it's a big life win. So it's going to be some crazy energy, but again, it's pretty tough energy. So you don't see it coming, but you're about to have some sacred knowledge just given to you so that you can understand better and move forward. And that's really good energy. And also kind of obnoxious energy, but it all works out in the end. All right, I'll see you guys soon.